Well, hello everybody. Hope you enjoyed your week off from the game. We have been very busy doing a lot of different things to, fixes as well as adding things to make the game a lot better. Um, I have fixed the trade counselor, so he is working and should be good to go. All the other counselors I've worked on, and they're working pretty well as well. And I'm just setting up the trade counselor so they can watch him in action. He isn't on an instant, and so I think that's a lot of people's issue is that when you set him, um, he doesn't just start instantly. It's kind of on a loop that runs through everybody's cities, uh, which doesn't help in the beginning when you want something sent out instantly. But overall, it's you're not going to gain enough resources in 10 minutes, um, to the point where you're going to be maxing out at any time. And it does take into account if you've not been online, so it kind of retroactively calculates the res and what to send out, depending on the last time you were actually in the city. So I think that the time delay should work well.
Gordy, what if people are sending you resources? Will it handle those too?
Yes.
And if your troops are coming back from a raid or plunder?
It takes those into account too, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because that kind of happens automatically in your city already, the trade, so it calculates what the res should be and it takes what the res are, and kind of does a time difference of the two, and then calculates how many res could have been made or what buildings would have been complete in between there that would have increased the res. And so it's a pretty complex formula that calculates what resources should be in there from the last update.
Excellent.
And let's think about the other things we've done. We have put in. Let me see if I can find one.
I got a kind of technical question about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because this was an issue for me in certain other previous games. Like, let's say that I have an incoming. I've just plundered somebody for 1 billion resources or 2 million, whatever, a huge amount of resources. But my storage in my city isn't large enough to hold it. But I do have, auto refine. I have a sorcerer's tower. I can auto refine stuff. Is it going to auto refine all my stuff, or is it going to clip my stuff and then auto refine, after it's clipped?
It actually will refine it and clip it after.
Awesome.
So if you raid a dungeon and you've got more resources, it processes um, the purify before it processes the storage limits.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
So
Yeah,
Totally good.
that was a big topic of debate as to whether the trade minister did that in Lord of Ultima or not.
it'd be hard to test that, but since I wrote it, I kind of know that it does.
Right. It was hard to test. We tried and failed to test that.
It was just like a 2-week long argument we had about this, so
Yeah.
it was good.
So that's really good to know that it clipped it before. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Really like that idea.
Kind of makes more sense because if you were auto purifying, then it would take into account any res that came in and purify it and not try to store it.
Excellent.
So now we don't have to worry about setting raids at, a 2-minute interval between each other or anything like that, so we're not losing resources and all that good stuff. I love it.
And we do have water bosses, as everybody can see on the screen.
Triton!
So
Yay!
dungeons will be next.
Woohoo!
Did that in the past hour. So I haven't put in like the actual hitting of it yet, which shouldn't be too hard. And then here's another one that I know a lot of people will really like is here are all my dungeon raids, and then I unclick the box and I save the filters, and no more dungeon raids.
Yay!
Filters, woo!
So there are filters on reports, and they all work.
That is going to be very popular.
Definitely helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did redo a lot of the regional map and loading and stuff, so I've dramatically decreased the load of the server and the memory usage. So anybody who was having a problem before shouldn't have a problem now. It's also going to, make the game run a lot smoother and take out the lag from it. And as you can see, I didn't send out any trades, but the trade counselor did.
Oh, Gordy, show them the new commands for the trades so that they can see that you can see the little icon and how much is coming through.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you
see
can
it.
see the
That
amount
is
of
added now,
resources
too.
now.
Very helpful.
Yep, you can see
Totally.
the amount and the carts, and kind of looks a lot better than it did before.
Yes.
So, and sending and requesting works. So it's been tested a lot by me. So it's,
I helped a little bit.
yes, and 80 and Allah. But
We were the guinea pigs.
yes, and they did have a couple cities get completely copied and screwed up in the process. But that's kind of what testing's for.
It imprinted. That was
So I'm
the
seeing a lot
only
of
way.
seeing a lot of UI enhancements here too.
Yeah, Ella's
Yes.
been busy with UI stuff. She is,
Yeah.
not only that, but it looks like we have some of the new images in.
Some of them, yeah.
Like the portal stones.
I actually do have the new sprite sheet in. It's just a matter of going through and putting new images. Yeah,
Yeah, isn't that
The
fun?
new charisma bottle.
it sure
I
is.
love that charisma bottle.
I love the new portal stones with the little glow around them.
Yeah,
Ooh,
cool.
Gordy, show them the alliance command, the alliance permissions.
Oh, we're
All those
missing
icons are in too. Oh,
one.
are
One is
we?
doubled, but yeah, but you
Oh,
still get the idea.
Sergey just got it in by the way, or this morning.
Oh, grand. I haven't been back in this morning to do
Yeah.
edits yet.
Is
I've
it
been
member
battling with scroll bars
preferences?
all day today. Members and then at the bottom.
Yeah. So she's putting on new graphics for the member preferences.
Woo.
Another thing that I did the other day that I'm sure everybody will be happy about is if you do the city layout and then I'm not talking because people can just watch. It's self-explanatory. And then you go to the Luop site. I did fix the layout string, and
Oh,
Luop is not going to be happy with me running the game and streaming at the same time, but it'll load up.
Well, Luopt hasn't been messed with for what, 2 years?
I'm surprised somebody still hosts it.
Yeah.
I am too. He hasn't done anything with it, but it's still hosted.
I'm wondering if he's noticed that all of a sudden a bunch of new people have, in weak spurts, started using his site again.
I've actually been looking for ways to contact that guy. I can't find any way to do it.
oh dear.
I know.
Did you
It'd be
try?
nice to get in touch with him and get him to change the images across. But
Did you try a carrier pigeon?
I can't remember his
smoke
name.
signals.
Well, we could look up the DNS on luop.com and follow it that way.
Yeah.
There we go. And if you load, it loads up the correct city.
An old Lord of Ultima graphics.
With a whole,
Right.
but it would be nice to contact them and get them to change out the graphics. I'm sure he'd be quite happy to do that.
And maybe
Right.
call it
What kind
something
of
else.
city is that? That is a terrible city.
It
That
was
was
just
terrible.
my test city to build resources so I could show off the trade counselor today.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
And as you can see, he's working in overload.
See how much
Very good.
prettier our graphics are?
Way prettier. We totally win.
Although I do like how easy this city view is. It's just kind of small.
Yeah,
We need a zoom.
Yes, we
totally.
do.
But I'm sure that'll make everybody happy to have the ability to use Luopt again. Oh, here's the biggest one that I've done. I don't know if anybody has noticed, but
Oh.
all rewards work. They completely
Yeah.
work. Every reward works.
Oh, yeah.
I've got tracking in for every one of them. All the dungeon kills, all the enlistments, all of the war ones work. The trade ones, pretty much well, actually all of the rewards work and give rewards and should be perfect because they're not
Wow.
that complex. They're kind of on the same system that research is. So I mean, it gives items, it gives the refined resources, it gives the gold, it gives the regular resources, and it seems to work pretty well. So, and they go away when you're done with them. So we now have rewards, which is good, but bad for everybody because no more free gold.
Yep, our gold is
No.
gone.
Free gold is gone.
So there's a couple of questions in chat. Lord Soth says that the past few SmackDowns, the parameters have stated troop travel at 4 times, recruit speed at 2 times, and however the actual speed bonus has been 16 times, and recruit has been 20 times.
I don't think so. It depends on how you think it's calculated, but it's 10. I know because
Okay.
I put the number in.
And Glycel would like to know about the research. Is all the research in now?
All of the research, yes.
Excellent. So now that
I had actually fixed it for the last stream, but I found the issue and it's completely fixed, and they all work and they open. So
Excellent.
those are good to go.
Wow.
excellent.
So we have definitely done a lot of work over the past week and gotten a whole lot done. I was surprised at how fast I got the rewards done. But,
I think
that was a big piece.
Al's got a bunch of stuff done too. Is Alice on the call?
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, it was just mainly the item finishing up, bit of lore. But yeah, the lore's going quite nicely. We had a bit more recently, should be a bit more, maybe next week.
Yay.
Awesome.
And we should have the item pictures in for the next SmackDown.
Totally.
Yeah, we're nearly there with them now. We just need the backgrounds.
Yeah, Sergio's done a great job of those.
So instead of
Yes,
words,
he's
we'll
been,
have
he's been very
pictures.
patient with us.
And Ninja, yes, the 1 hour timers on ships and raids are in.
So are as everybody can see, the timers on dungeons are now. You have the 1 hour cooldown for dungeons, so no
Cool.
more 4-minute dungeon hits.
Aw. Is this going to affect people's rating strategy, I wonder?
It might.
Ninja? Probably should.
What is Fact saying that about the green when it's finished? The
For
research.
research.
Oh, for research. Well,
Well, research doesn't really finish, so you just kind of...
I mean, I guess I could do it if you have the resources for it. But it's kind of it's not really the same as rewards.
Well, it is true, right? You can max out your research on a certain category.
Right, but it's not. He's talking about the green highlight on rewards when they're complete.
Oh. To say, like, you have the resources to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think that would add a lot of value.
No, I mean I could do it. It's just I don't think that it would update a lot more often than it does now and things like that. Just because if you used it for one, then all the other ones would go away.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably do something like a little tick or something. Maybe not the full green
Well, I mean,
because noobs might get confused.
well, to do any of it, it would be the same. So, I mean, making it green is just as hard as putting a tick, or it's more about the fact that, it would then be updating while you're clicking, and then things would go away and come back, and
Yeah, well, other games had that too.
because it's
But they
not.
had ticks.
Did it?
Yeah.
I mean, I could certainly.
Just so
put
when
it in.
you, I think it was
So
like
when you go on, it's
completed
kind of more
a
for
research.
visual. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably put it in the title bars too that say 3 or something for the ones available.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could do it. We do need to figure out something to do with cheating purified rewards numbers.
I see Glassel and Soft are arguing about the recruit speed issue in the text there.
Well, I've seen the number, so it just depends on how they think it's calculated, because there's two different ways to do speed ups. So if you're going to speed up troop speed, you can either speed up the base troop speed, or you can speed up the overall recruitment time, which would be a completely different output.
Another question, are items a little bit more solid? And we were still having some problems with the fast forward building and the fast forward enlisting.
Yeah, I have been playing with them. I'm not completely happy with them yet, but that's kind of one of the things I was going to do over the week. Is make sure that the minister's working with the items, and all the different ways of the items working all work correctly. So I'll make
I
sure
know
that's
that
done.
I stacked a bunch of demos for Resnotes in mine yesterday, and used an item and got them all gone, and that hadn't been working before.
Yeah, they I just need to test it more and see if there's any issues with certain aspects of it.
Cool.
I did put in the city menus that let you see reports from Alliance members and your own on the cities you've attacked and your current city. So if you click the My City, it shows you all of the reports that somebody can have or somebody's had. Just the attack reports, not dungeon reports, because I think those nobody wants to see them. But I don't know, what else have I done? It sounds pretty much like it. Although that's a lot of stuff.
Do we have new? Oh no, these are the old shrine graphics now.
We've got
Yeah,
Yeah,
the.
would you like
Special
to show off the shrine graphics?
I think we have the older ones that are still there, but yeah, we can show off the Shine graphics if you want to post me something. I'll open it.
Yeah, I'll zap you a screenshot here from the tile editor.
Will dungeons decrease now, or will they remain permanent
No,
for the
they
next SmackDown?
not only do they decrease, but they the amount of resources goes up with the progress of the dungeon, and the amount of troops in the dungeon go up with the progress, and then they go away.
And do they
Excellent.
also go away if they haven't been hit in a few days? Like if there's a level 5 dungeon just sitting there that nobody has hit for like 3 days, will that just kind of die on its own, or will it stay?
In 24 hours, it goes away.
Excellent.
Cool.
Do all go dungeons pretty much have a time limit of 24 hours? Is that their lifetime?
If they haven't been hit.
So if they've been hit, they stay.
So
open
if you want
longer.
to keep the dungeon open, can you like hit it once a day and kind of nurse it?
It goes on percentage after that. So if you've not hit a dungeon at all, it goes away in 24 hours, and then at 36 hours, if it's above 95%, then it goes away. And then it keeps going kind of down that, so that every 12 hours it goes down another 5%. So unless the dungeon's actively being hit, it goes away.
Perfect. Awesome.
And that kind of prevents anybody from, locking people around dungeons, if you remember that from other games.
I do.
hit the dungeons around somebody and lock in like a level 3, when there should be a level 8 there.
Uh-huh.
So this kind of prevents that.
To Soth's question, I've been raiding dungeons throughout the last day, and I've been losing troops fairly steadily now, to the point where I got below my amount that I needed earlier today, and the raid cancelled. So yes, troops are dying now in dungeon raids.
I believe
Yeah.
they were dying before.
Not as much as you'd expect.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe not the ratio, but they were dying.
Oh, we got a wow from the chat box about the shrines.
There's still a little, like the Apple one looks like it needs some
Oh,
sort
I'm
of-
sorry, my cursor was on that when I was. That's just an artifact of the tile editor. Here, I'll
got
get a
it.
better shot.
Another good question is when will we be able to queue something before we have the resources?
I mean, not for this alpha. That's probably going to be like a second beta kind of thing.
Okay. Good to know the timeline on that.
Just because that adds a whole element, that needs to be reworked of a lot of stuff in order to put that in. I'd say we probably are going to have a reordering before we have a queue to the build minister. But there is queue to the trade minister or the defense minister, so you can add troops to the defense minister. I just haven't gone in there and worked up I don't have the resources build this building yet.
We do not have details yet for the next alpha. We're still taking suggestions.
Yeah, we're still waiting for good suggestions, so. We've been mulling over a few things like, what was your suggestion earlier today, Ala?
Oh, the having all 36 continents open and having like a naval server.
With kind of like, dropping 10, 15 people per continent, moving on to the next one and moving on to the next one pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So then, everybody'd kind of be spread out. Everybody'd have a lot of room to grow, and then you'd have to do naval hits to do anything. But, we've done building damage twice now. I do like to have it as a competition and not just say everybody build, because it keeps everybody from getting too bored. People would get bored if you were just building for a week with no, real competition or anything. I think the competition kind of brings out more excitement, in the game. And we want everybody to stay interested and not just, do tests. It's supposed to be fun for everybody.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to do different.
But, we'll figure out something good for it. And take the suggestions into account. But yeah, those, the shrines are looking nice. And so are the portals.
Yeah, they
I
were.
think so too.
They've got a nice little, effect to
Very
them
shiny.
when they're lit up.
I think they're gorgeous.
I think the skull one is super cool. I mean, the other
Yeah.
ones are cool too, but the skull one, wow.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
that's
like
really
the
good.
blue one
one.
now, the dark blue one. There's a new contender for my favorite.
I don't know. I think people are going to want the palace with the skull hovering over top, or however they decide to
That's
do the
true.
enlightenments.
Totally.
But how cool
Yeah,
would it
this
be
is
to
pretty
have
cool too.
a black effect around your palace with a skull?
Totally.
Definitely.
I could do it so that the third city automatically becomes a castle. I could probably also make it. Oh, I don't want to put a timer on it because the timer's just going to get funky. Yeah, I could make it so the third one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, and go ahead.
Although it kind of raises an issue where if somebody, makes their third city and it can be attacked well before they could ever really build it up. So that's kind of the issue with that.
It was kind of the issue with any Castles server that we've done now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Give
because
it
even
needs
if
a lot
you've
of
got,
protection.
yeah, even if you've got like
I-
five cities, it still takes time to build up the walls and build up, troops and buildings and things like that. So even if you did have reinforcements to put in, you'd still have level 1 walls, and so it would have to be some sort of timer that says after 12 hours you get castled or something like that.
Yeah.
I think the best way around it really is to just do like a couple of days of protection.
Yeah, and that would be
To
a
be
timer.
honest, right?
That's true.
So I certainly don't want to put a timer in without testing it properly.
True. Glassell would like to know about when the timeline for city names in Region View as an option.
The timeline for what?
To
Being
be
able
able
to
to
choose-
Having a
choose.
city name.
Or player name.
Yeah.
Uh,
Having.
I actually, when I redid the region map, I put that in as the as one of the like something that I was going to do in the future. So
Cool.
like the information that comes in for the regional map gives the choice, or sends both. So kind of people have the choice on, if they want to show city names or player names, at least for their cities. We just need to put the option in and make it so that it works with the regional map. But I did prepare for that already.
Good, good.
Awesome.
So everything is looking beautiful. I love Region View now. It's just getting prettier.
And it's running a lot smoother than it was.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was loading this. I could go right into the game and load Region View right up. No having to wait at all.
So it's
And that
Yeah,
was with
great to
20
see
other
that
tabs
operation.
open. That was with 20 other tabs of Chrome open and all kinds of things going on. I was streaming a movie in one tab, and yeah, it was. I put it through its paces, that Region View.
which is certainly going to help
Awesome.
some of the people, with bad connections or, older computers. Another thing I did fix was I fixed all of the corners, so that they're not on water anymore. And also a lot of the spots that look like they should have been settable now are.
Excellent.
It's like a lot of
Good,
these
good,
spots
good.
that were behind the mountains or, had a little bit of an image in them should now be settable.
Cool. What about that spot? Yeah, right there. Okay, cool.
Everybody tell Steeltown happy late birthday.
Oh,
Happy late birthday.
No, but he was,
happy
not
birthday.
cooperative and didn't have his birthday on the day that we're doing the stream.
Was it also Emp's birthday yesterday? Did I see that on
It
Skype?
was. It
Happy
was.
late birthday, Emp, as well.
So next time, be more considerate and have your birthday fall on the day that we are streaming.
Yes, please.
Yes, the shading on the mountains is a lot better now.
This is actually how it originally should have been, and it's how it was the first 3 days of the last alpha, until I went in and changed something, and put something back up that had darker shadows.
And Bashir. It was Bashir's birthday as well. Happy birthday, everybody.
Definitely.
It was my birthday too.
No, it wasn't. Stop.
Do. So you say it's your birthday?
Nice one, Ketzel.
I mean, does anybody else have any suggestions on what they'd like to see for the next alpha? Because this is the only chance you guys are gonna have to create your own game parameters, and we're up to I think probably what we can do is we can take a list of the options that we have and put them to like a poll system and just do which one the poll comes out as.
Well, somebody mentioned a capture the flag game.
I just don't know how that would work. The palaces.
It would mean changing alliances, like the way that they are now and stuff. I think they just mean for like a one alpha competition.
You know, we could do a capture the continent game, which would work where you had you know, everybody starts on 22, and then whatever alliance has the most cities on a continent owns that continent, and whoever owns the most continents at the end wins.
Ooh, that's not a
That
bad
could be fun.
idea. But that's going to take a lot of combat out of it too. That's going to, you know, prompt people to just want to build a bunch of res cities and keep settling new. Of
But
course, it won't be the most efficient way to get res.
how about
but-
the most castles?
Or
Ooh,
make all the ones on new continents castles.
You know, or the most water castles on continents wins or owns the continent. That way, we test out the naval attack system, the naval reinforcement system.
yeah, we really need to do Navy tests.
I was thinking I could probably get Moongates, you know, working for the next one, you know, in a week.
Cool.
So then we could do the Moongates and test those as well.
Glassdale had suggested a more diverse system of rewarding for this one, where we break down several different things and offer a prize for different.
I think we could
Thanks.
do that. That sounds like a good idea.
We could do
He
that.
listed it in the forums, and he has a whole list of suggestions.
Yeah, I
for-
actually
that
copy
could
pasted
be-
it there to Gordon this morning, saying that it was a good idea.
Yeah,
I
and I
think it's a
had
good
read
idea.
through them too. It's you know, the only thing I have with that is that, you know, then you have somebody saying, well, I don't care about this, I'm just going to go after this, and I don't care about that, and you know, it kind of loses some of the competition. You know, and it's kind of a winner take all game.
Mhm.
But we could certainly work in, you know, rewards, like just smaller rewards on top of the main ultimate goal. So have one main ultimate goal for the alliance, and then individual rewards for little things after that.
That would be cool.
So we could do that.
I think that's what he meant anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So things like, you know, whoever has the highest offense reputation, or whoever has the highest defense reputation, that kind of thing. So it would get people fighting more.
How about whoever kills the most of Ninja Chicken's troops?
Oh, we can't, you know, we could do that for 80. Whoever takes the most castles from 80
Oh, jeez.
gets like
You
a 10
really
times
like
bonus.
painting targets on me. You really, really like painting targets on me, don't you, Cordy?
Well, I can't paint a target on, you know, a normal player, but I can for 80.
The
Oh, yeah,
alliance
the alliance
size, we're
size.
still working out.
What's that? Oh, alliance
The
size?
alliance size.
No, that'll be part of the parameters. And I really think that you know, the best way to do it will be collect a list of them and put them to a poll, and then we'll just go with whatever everybody chooses.
Cool.
And that way, everybody, you know, whoever gets the most votes wins.
So, probably look for a poll on Wednesday then. I can set one up real quick on the forums. Or I could even do that today.
Or, yeah, maybe
Give
you know,
us-
Monday'd be good. So do it tomorrow, and then you know, everybody who wants to put in more ideas can put them in now, and then we can start up a poll Monday.
Sounds good. So get ready to watch the forums, guys, for a poll to vote for the alliance size you want.
You know, and another fun thing you could do is something like, you know, I can make it so every new city that landed became a, you know, like a fully built castle already. You know, so if you really wanted to test out naval combat, then every time somebody landed a new city, it would pop up as a fully built naval castle. You know, so really the sky's the limit. So don't limit your, you know, your suggestions to current mechanics, because I can change pretty much any of it. I have talked to Ninja's mother,
Uh-oh.
and she's assured me that he will not cheat, or she will wash his mouth out with soap
Okay.
again.
I can always send him out to the garden to pick a switch that I can beat him with.
I think that violates laws of some sort.
No,
So-
probably.
Oh, dear.
Damn.
Well, it depends. I mean, if he actually likes it or not. I mean, if he likes it, then it's not assault, right?
That's right. It's consent. Oh, good. Very nice.
Trying to think about anything else that I did. You know, the report numbers work. You know, I do so much and I jump around so often during the week when I'm doing all this coding. You know, sometimes I don't even remember the stuff that I've put in. We did show everybody the work counselors working with the timer.
Oh yeah, the timer.
So now if you want to select a time, and I don't have any troops in the city, but if you want to select a time, you just click on the little box and another box pops up. Or should. There it goes.
Very cool.
And it allows people to, yes, the scouting bug was fixed. There was another one in there that was fixed too. The sending multiples was fixed.
Yeah, the scouting bug got fixed before we ended the last alpha.
Yep. I fixed that. And supporting people get reports now. There's the window. So yeah, as you can see, the window pops up and you can time attacks out to 5 days in advance, and it gives you, you know, the time, and it's all set on server time, so nobody has to change their times or anything like that. So it should all work really well and match up exactly with the server. And I've played with it a lot, so should be good.
Say, Gordy?
Yep.
You know, you say it's server time, but it says time 15:56:54, and below that it says time server time 16:37:27.
Yeah, that's just the time that I
Oh, that you have selected?
that's the time that I started the game. So it just kind of gets set to a time around when you started, but it doesn't. You could try to send it before, but what I'm saying is that if you set a time for 16:56 before I fixed it, it would be 16:56 your time. And so now it's set to, if you send it for 16:56, it will go for server time.
Oh, I see. I guess maybe if you made it to default to like now, whenever the player clicked it, it would make sense.
Which it's supposed to do. I think it just it didn't update again because I'm running too much on the computer.
Ah, well, that would do it.
Yeah, normally for me it does.
Yeah.
Anytime that I close it again.
All right,
and then
I was just
reopen.
confused.
Yeah, if you close it and reopen it, it opens up at the, you know, actual time.
Nice.
A couple other questions. Fact would like to know if the siege with city was fixed. And Ninja would like to know about the quick build bug where you could get more than 100 buildings.
Yes, fixed. The siege with a city where you could send out a siege if you didn't have a castle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I fixed that.
that one. Excellent. And the quick build where you could get more than 100 buildings if you click on it really, really, really fast.
Yep, fixed that one too.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
So the first thing I did was kind of go through all those little exploits and fix them. So I did that, you know, early in the week.
Good, good, good. Oh, I know what I'd like to add. We've got some new moderators on the forums. And so you'll see more than just me and Polgara now as moderators. And we have 3 so far, and we will have 2 more soon.
Yay,
Wow.
exciting.
I did make a post to introduce them, so they're already out there talking to people and excited to be able to help.
Yay.
Very cool. Thank you, new moderators.
Yes, thank you.
Getting a new player in a fixed alliance. You know what I could do for that I just thought of is if somebody is new and they want to you know join an alliance, maybe we could make a I want to be placed into an alliance button, and force a reserve amount of spots. I think somebody had this idea on the forums where you have maybe we allow 20 people in an alliance, but then we also save 5 spots that they can't invite to, but that we can add people in, and just randomly add people into their alliance. Um, and that might be something we could do. Is where you just press a button, join an alliance, and it automatically places you in one of the top 10 ranking alliances or something.
That could work.
No, Ala does a lot
That
more
would
of
be
the
cool.
design and stuff on the website than I do.
I think that he might be speaking of the forums template. Is that what you mean, Fact?
Oh, the forms template was me, yes.
I don't go in there because it's confusing as hell, and I don't know what the hell Gordy did to make it like that. I just stay the hell out of there.
Tell you what, it wasn't easy. I don't
We've
like
had
other
a lot
people's
of-
code.
We've had a lot of suggestions lately for the black and white theme is really kind of hard to see, and so people have been suggesting different colors and stuff. So I think that's what Fact was talking about. Oh, and the default signature size.
Yeah, that's
I think he's hinting that he would like to be able to put a bigger signature in.
Why can't you just make the picture smaller?
I'm not sure. I think because mine is bigger, so
Yeah,
but theirs bigger too.
yeah. I'm not worried about spies in the alpha, mostly because I do keep close watch on that. So, I mean, I do know when people are making alts. Um, I don't do anything unless I see that they're doing anything with the alts. But I do notice when people do. It's not hard to spot.
Super sleuth Gordy.
I think another thing what were you working with trades, Ala? You were
With
making some kind of
trades?
menu. The market.
Oh yeah, it was well that was there already, but it's uncommented at the moment. I guess if you want to show it, it's not rigged up or anything. I was just playing with scroll bars in there earlier today.
So Ala has been working on making the market tab.
Yep.
Cool.
So I wonder if you could. Do you think you could go in there and uncommon out the Dungeon Raider?
Oh yeah. Hang on. It's gonna take a second. Talk amongst yourselves there.
Yeah, I can make it 450 by 200.
Glassell has a question about CSS coding in the mail. They're still not coming out right.
Okay, I
It's a
can
work
work
in
on that.
progress.
I
So
think
is
that's
this in the game or in the?
in the game. I think that's more of a how I'm sending it back and how I'm saving it. So I can fix that.
Oh yeah, and copy paste lines for recipients in mail, so that if you get a mail, you can actually highlight, copy, and paste something out of their email. I noticed that too. Somebody tried to send me a link by email, and I couldn't. It was too long. I would have spent 10 minutes trying to go back and forth to hand type it in.
Yeah, I can do that. I also need to put in the arrows to work when they're in like in the chat. So you can press the arrows back and forth because that pisses me off sometimes.
Oh, that would be so great.
Hmm?
That would be so great. The arrow keys are really annoying.
Yeah, and I also need to add in the the side numbers for adding in numbers.
Well, very cool.
making a list. You can actually, I think in Mail there is a option where you can send it to all your alliance members.
Is it rigged up now? It wasn't before.
It does work.
Oh, cool.
So you can send it to all the alliance members, all the leaders, or all the officers and leaders.
Excellent.
And can you hit reply all and reply all?
Yeah. Reply all works. I think it's always worked.
No, it didn't.
Oh, the reply all didn't work?
Mm-mm. No.
I'll mess with it more
Or straight reply did, but not reply all.
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I can do a something where I that lets you do the spaces and things like that, so it saves it correctly.
Great. Says the troop porn mod work yet? No.
Troop porn mod. What is the troop porn mod? I don't know. It sounds great. I'm gonna add that in. I don't know
he
what
means
it
naked
does.
troops.
Awesome.
He just wants to undress the sorcerer and the priestess, possibly the scout.
Well, who doesn't?
You do realize that they're like 20 by 20. So if your fantasies are revolving around little 20 by 20 characters, you need help.
I'm not so sure you'd want to see that druid topless. She's not that pretty.
She's kind of scary. And you know what? I bet
Terrifying.
she looks exactly like the kind of woman that does not shave her pits. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
Gosh.
Some people are into that,
Well,
I think.
As far as Indy's suggestion to make the male troops drop their pants, well, we do have a shirtless boss, GM Gordy boss, running around.
He's wearing suitable armor for the time period.
Yeah, about that time.
Historically accurate. Gosh.
Yeah, that war counselor's habit isn't looking good, so maybe next week.
Oh, it isn't?
Derek.
No.
Okay. It wasn't that bad before last time I saw it.
Yeah, some stuff has changed since then. I've been redoing some of the sizings, and it isn't really coming out great anymore. But I'll take a look at it before like next week.
Cool.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get that in one of these days.
Yeah.
Which will be helpful when the dungeons actually die.
Yes.
Definitely.
As far as the timing on first beta, Indy, we'll be able to pinpoint a time soon after this alpha is over.
I'd almost think that if the alpha goes really well and we don't have any issues during it, we could probably, plan for the first beta to be the week after, like that Saturday after. It just depends on how well it goes. I mean, the last one went really well, and I think, with all the fixes and stuff, this one will run even better. And so if this one runs better than the last one, then we're ready for beta.
So potentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not committing to it because we're going to see how it goes first.
Very potentially,
Right.
yeah.
I did make a conditional statement.
Yes, I just want to
Lots
be
of
clear so
asterisks.
everybody's listening is not like, it's starting in a week. Woohoo, let's go.
City notes
Not
and
that anyone-
labels. Oops, sorry. Good, Gatso.
Yeah. Oh, it's not that anyone would only hear what they want to hear. That never happens.
Oh, no.
No, never.
The city notes, I can't remember. I think the labels actually go next to the city name and the menu, right?
There's two things. There's
Yes.
city notes, which doesn't go beside the city name, and city reference, which does. So there's two.
It's the reference that people
Yeah.
really want. Because right now it's so hard to sort once you get like past 20 cities or so. Because then you just have to try to
And city
remember what you had
groupings.
where.
City groups
Yeah.
was good too, if you're ever going to do that.
We have a menu for that, don't we?
We do. Oh, we have a menu for both.
I mean, for the city groups, I can't remember where you put it. It's not common.
to the left of your cursor.
Like over here.
What, to the left of the city drop-down menu, that grayed out.
Yeah, but there was a
drop-down
place
menu.
where you could add cities into the group.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's in a tab in City Notes that is currently commented out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly I can get the remarks and notes done.
Yeah.
Excellent. That alone would be extremely helpful.
Yeah, I can do that.
Great.
City groups we can hold off on. I can live without those, but the annotations, that's a big one.
You know, it's not like anybody has over 100 cities anyway, so. You guys can deal with organizing 5 or 6 cities.
So fact, yes, remarks would be listed in the drop-down beside the city name.
Yeah, I'll probably put like a dash and then put the note afterwards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Incoming reports do not show attacks of less than 1,000 S. Can you clarify that, Emperor?
Scouts?
Oh dear. Hey, Gordy. In old Lord of Ultima, there was one point in an option where you set your gender, and it gave all these gendered things. And I noticed that you have not done that here, which is fine. I was just wondering if you wanted to say something about that.
I think we have an option for it. I just haven't put it in.
We do. It's
Oh.
just not there at the moment. I don't know if we'll have the male and female titles the way that we do now. I think like the titles are kind of asexual, so they'll probably just stay the way they are. But I think certainly you can have your gender selected and have it shown in your player.
info.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could just, you know, instead of being a magister, you could be magister's wife.
Oh my God! Forget I asked.
I think we could do that actually. Now that I'm thinking, that's a great idea.
Oh God! Oh God!
You know, Caesar's mistress.
That's all. No more gender questions. Cancel. No more. Nope.
No, I think
Quick,
she made
change
an
the subject.
excellent point.
So portals. You think we might have those ready for next week? This weekend.
If we're doing something that's multi-continent, then yes, I'll make it a priority to make sure to do it.
Excellent.
If
Cool.
we're just all going to do like
Good
a
save
same
there,
continent
Ketzel.
thing.
Thanks. All right. Cool. That would be great.
I think
Love
they-
portals.
Glassell, that's just wrong.
I think that is the correct Roman term for it. If we're going to be historically
Oh,
accurate.
No.
The dishwasher really, Luke.
Come on now, we're not going to be sexist about
Okay.
it.
Yeah, the Mad
What
Dog was
about
the one that
those,
ran the Thorium.
What about those dungeon graphics? I believe we have a change coming up with those too.
I think
Desperately trying to change this a bit.
Yeah, we do. We don't have them in yet, actually. We need to do an update on that, I guess, with the new.
and we probably need
Shrine
to figure
graphics.
out a picture for like the 128s.
We have them.
We don't need to figure them out because we have them.
Oh. Well, we should put those in.
Yes.
Oh
we
yes,
should.
the scheduled attack failed reports. Those are a thing of the past too now, right?
Yeah, those are fixed. Those are what reinforcement reports were showing up as.
Excellent.
Ooh, we got better picks for mountains and terrain and stuff too.
As a report of mail. Were Alliance invites showing up under mail?
I don't think so. No, I think just reports.
I know that you used to get reports when you got an Alliance invite.
Yeah.
And it came up as like Alliance, and then with the like 1 in brackets beside it, in like on the Alliance button in the top bar.
Oh, well, that I can do, yeah.
Yeah. And I think you got a report. I don't think you got a mail. Maybe I'm wrong. No,
I don't
think you just
remember
got a
mail.
report.
Yeah, just a report. Do schedule attacks now work for server time regardless of player time zone?
Yes, that is something that I had spoke about earlier. They
We've
do.
tested it extensively.
Yes, we have, and I've sat there and changed my time zone on my computer over and over again. So just to make sure, but it does work regardless of your time zone, and we do have a better menu for putting it in.
And you can now send an attack that lands the next day or leaves the next day, and it won't tell you that the time is in the past, right?
Nope, it's all fixed.
Excellent.
What about reinforcements? Will it work for reinforcements too?
I don't know if we have the option in there, but we can.
I
That
think
would
we
be
do.
nice to be able to
Maybe
time reinforcements.
Yeah, timing reinforcements is nice.
Yes.
A part of the game with the whole dodging attacks and things. Luca is asking about shared reports within Alliance. Yeah, we went over that earlier. That is in place now. So in the city info window, you can see.
And also on the side menu, if you click somebody's city, you can click city information, and it'll show reports if they're in your alliance, or if you've done the attack.
Are we planning on using the in-game mailing system to spam the players with offers for in-game coin and such?
Yes, and as well as advertisements of things that we think you might need. You know, like all those things from as seen on TV.
And
Other
also
new
just like,
vacuum
random
cleaners?
updates from my day. Like, hey guys, look at the lunch that I ate today.
Yeah, we can do that and include
Yeah.
pictures.
In all seriousness, we could take the loading screen, which is just a static picture plus a progress bar, and make it dynamic content, right? Like announcements about stuff.
Yeah, we could.
Yep, we could.
But yeah, I can, Al, if you want to remember to put the little box in on the reinforcements, I can hook it up.
Yeah, it's there already. It's just not hooked up.
Okay.
Oop.
Gordy, would you care to explain, please, the way that the attacks are being calculated? They're a little bit different than Lord of Ultima, where you could send everything at the same second and it would process through the server as like assaults went first, then sieges.
No, it's
You're
complete.
doing it a little bit different.
Yeah, it's completely random what's going to hit first. So I didn't think that the system where you could plan on things going afterwards was as strategic as they should be. Because really, if you're sending attacks for the same second, they shouldn't automatically sort. You should have to, send your attacks in the order that you want them to be sent, or that you want them to hit. So if you want it to hit a second after, you should send it a second after. I've kind of thought that was a flaw in the attack system with other games.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. One small thing.
So,
Glassell says, used to be sounds when reports came in. I don't remember that, but you can toggle it on and on.
I do.
You would like to see it in Crown of the Gods.
I could make a little thing that says, "You've got
Yeah,
mail," and then every time it came in,
I don't.
that's what's
I
going
don't
to
think
happen
anyone
now.
wants to.
Nope,
hear
it's too
you.
late.
We could have a little
Announcing.
10-second snippet of like Quetzal singing or something.
I don't think that's what people want.
Or we could randomize it between the 5 of us. Which one of us do you hear singing?
Nope, I'm going to
There we
make
go.
it so that it says, "You've got reports," and you're not going to be able to turn it off.
You've got reports. You've got reports.
You're going to hear it 150 times a day.
Oh, please tell me we're not going to have a fortune teller.
No, it's going to be the future telling wench is what we're calling her.
Awesome.
So we are not having a fortune teller. That would be horrible.
If this means I get to make up
That's what
fortunes, I'm okay with this.
I personally I like the little crinkly noise when you got mail. It was like subtle. It wasn't a big deal, but it did kind of serve a useful purpose.
Yeah.
Kind of
think
sounded
that's
like
something
you
we could-
ruffling through papers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, I wouldn't mind having like a wheel for items, for like a daily login wheel, but nothing that you could actually purchase to get more spins.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's kind of, trying to get money out of people. So, I mean, if you want something, you can buy the item, but we should have some sort of daily reward system where you get an item, if it's even just a pop-up that says you've been given this because you logged in.
Right.
Something.
Something I would like to
it-
do
it-
is, eventually, long down the road, is have like little, side games that people could do. Because I know, like, when we used to play, poker was a big thing. So people used to play poker because the game gets slow, midway through. So maybe, if we found some way to get a, in-game poker system or in-game card game system where people could bet, their denarii or items or stuff on it, that'd be fun too. Just stuff I've
That
thought
would be
about.
kind of cool.
Or even like,
But not forced. Like the fortune teller
No.
drove everybody insane.
this would be more of like a, I want to play you in checkers for denarii kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of like little things out
Back
there that.
in Acarium, I played. We played Mafia with the Acarium people. That was fun.
Cool.
But there's plenty of little add-ons and scripts and stuff that you can get that have games like that. So might be something cool to add if you could play for in-game currency.
Lord Soth said that he was having some issues with title advancement, where sometimes when he would title advance, it would take him back a rank instead of promoting him forward.
Yeah,
I also had that a few times.
I did mess with that, so it should be fixed.
Sweet.
Excellent. Fact would like to know if you can make it so that the browser lights up or flashes when you have an incoming attack or new mail.
I don't know if I can do that. The browsers are really picky about what they let you do with the actual browser, and that's more of a security issue. I can look into it to see if that's possible, but I know a lot of actions they prevent you from doing things. But I could certainly look into it to see if that's something I can possibly do.
Cool. The incoming flashy, we're going to be brightening that up a little bit, right? Making it a little bit more visible.
Yeah, I
Weren't
think
we
we've got an
discussing
actually
that?
different image for it. We could always
Actually,
do
yeah, I
something
haven't
else.
put that in yet. I have it on the sprite sheet and I haven't put it in yet because I was too lazy. But that's something that will happen in the next day or two.
And we can always do something
I
else.
agree.
That
I would like
shows
it
that
for this one.
so you could have that blinking and also some kind of one of the buttons blinking or something like that too.
The other thing I was thinking was that for the way aside Facebook does it. So if you have another tab open in Chrome and you get a notification on Facebook, it will show a little 1 in brackets, kind of like on the title of your tab that has Facebook open. So we could do something like that. Just have a little 1 in brackets, so you see the 1 if you have another tab open over Crown of the Gods.
Yeah, change the title.
Yep.
I could probably do that.
Yeah.
I think it would
Oh,
be subtle. No, not too subtle.
The food flashy, I have not been able to get the food flashy to do anything. Is that going to be added in?
There is a good reason that the food flashy does nothing.
Okay.
It's because it is not connected to anything.
Oh. Well, that would explain that.
So if you'd like to test it over the next week some more, I can confirm for you next week that it's still not working.
However, excitingly, the food flashy is actually the one animation that I have put in. That one does work.
Yeah, I think we had the food flashy like a long time ago, didn't we?
Yeah, but I've changed it now to Sergio's one.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do the food flashy thing. I think I'm still trying to figure out how to make sure that it works correctly. Just because it's you're talking about something that flashes when you're not in the city, which means that it needs to be checking all of the other cities whether they get low. So maybe it's something I'll add into the trade minister.
It's part of Trade Minister.
Yeah.
Councillor.
Are we planning on doing the background music after release or after betas?
It's just going to be me humming.
Oh, can I sing along?
No.
Oh,
I can whistle.
Well, okay. Maybe we can just start a little hum and whistle band. Has anybody got a big jug?
I'm sure I can grab my
Just the
neighbor's.
one.
There you go.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Are we still
Is
going to
this
have
an
the...
American thing? You make jug music? How does one make jug
This
music?
is a southern thing. It's very easy. A jug is
Yeah.
a very
Like-
resonant.
It takes years and years of practice and skill, and basically you hold the jug up and you blow over the top of it, and it makes noise.
Yeah.
Or you
Oh,
can
do you mean
tap,
like a beer
you
bottle?
can tap on it.
I've never heard of
Okay,
like
yeah,
flutes, wind instruments.
I think, honestly, Fact has got it with
That's
air
like
horn
fancy
or air raid siren.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, next you're going to say you make music with kitchen implements like spoons.
Well, who doesn't? What do you do in your spare time?
The cavern raids, are they still going to be times 10 plunder?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, we
But-
can't make it too difficult to title advance.
No,
Now that there isn't any free gold.
and there's also a reason that we do the speeds like they are. It's because one, it'd be boring as shit if you guys sat there for a week and got 2 or 3 cities and the game started picking up, and then it was over and we reset everybody. And two, it helps us test further down the line, because there's certain issues that might come up if you have 100 cities rather than if you have 3. So doing everything sped up helps with the testing, as well as it makes these short stretches of the game more bearable to play. Only because you're going to be reset in a week, so it'd be really boring to sit in the same city for 3-4 days when it's a 7-day competition and everything goes away after that.
Well, also, it's a good load test for us, too. It gives us a really good idea of how well the database and servers handle that many cities and that many commands going on at once.
Yeah, and I think as far as like last alpha for the raids and stuff, there was probably more raids than we would ever have going on a server, because there was no hour break, and people could hit within 7 seconds, and dungeons weren't dying, and so I think that
Right.
the load
What
test
was the
we got-
figure? It was something like 8 million reports in 6 days.
Yeah, so the load test we had on that was like the life of a server, more or less.
It was incredible.
So having that load issue and identifying where the problem was, which was the last place I would ever think the problem would be. The problem was not in processing the reports. The problem was not in everybody viewing reports. The problem was in counting the number of reports in the bar. Was the reason that it was just causing way too much CPU usage on the database. Because if you think about it, if you want to go in and search, if one person has reports, it has to go in there and actually do a search. And so if there's 150,000 reports, it takes a long time for the database to search through that much. So I kind of came up with a new system because of that works better and doesn't do any database pull or lag, and so that kind of load balancing does help a lot.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I've a few fixed scouts.
Yes.
Do they die in
So they
assaults
die
and
now?
sieges?
Yes.
Excellent.
Wait, it depends. They die in assaults or sieges if there are other scouts. But scouts only attack other scouts. If you,
I think in assaults and sieges they are also affected by other troops. Well, let's talk about that later.
yeah, but it's
I mean, yeah.
if they're the only troop left in an assault, then they die. Or if they're the only troop left in a siege, so if like all the other troops die, and then all that's left is scouts, then they'll die. But they're meant to be scouts and sneaky and stuff. They're not actually engaging in combat. So the only time that they really should die is when they come across other sneaky scouts that fight them.
Well, let's talk about that later.
Ninja Chicken wasn't referring to Kevin raids, I guess. He was meaning if you plunder another person. Is that going to be ×1?
Yes.
Okay.
Although, putting it to ×10 would not be a bad idea. More
It
for,
would be kind of weird.
well, no, because you wouldn't, so what you do is you wouldn't subtract the ×10, you subtract the 1 from the person, but then give back ×10. That way, plunder keeps up with dungeon as far as its profitability. Or else, but there's no point in plundering anybody if you're getting 10 times your carry from dungeons, but 1 times your carry from plunders.
Well, to take resources away from them, prevent them from building.
Right, but then if they're hitting dungeons at 10 times. So maybe we just make the whole thing 10 times and it just takes 10 times to carry.
Now I have a question. With the scouts only being able to interact with other scouts, will you be able to use them to pin siege somebody?
No, because
That's the only exploit I can think that could come
Nope.
out of that.
because if they're the only thing in the attack, then they die. So if scouts are the only thing that's left in the attack, like if all the other troops get killed, then the scouts get killed.
Okay.
But if there's other troops and they don't all die, then the scouts don't take part in the battle. Why would, if you send attacks at the same time, why would they automatically prioritize? If you think of it not from a game perspective, but from a logical perspective, if they hit at the same time, then they should be just like your plunders don't hit in a different order. If they hit at the same time, they hit in, whatever order they get sorted out at. Logically, it makes more sense that if you want to do a good strategy, you have to actually time the attacks to land after or before each other.
So Soth says if he sends 1 horseman and 1,000 scouts, only the 1 horseman dies? No, the scouts would die too, right?
Yes, if the horseman dies, all the scouts die.
The same tick or the next tick?
Same tick.
So your scouts wouldn't contribute to the attack or defense; they would just die anyway.
Yes. So then it becomes more strategy. So if you're sending, attacks and your assaults are timed to land first and people know it, then you start sending a fake before and a fake after so they don't know where the assault is. I think it adds strategy to not automatically prioritize the landings.
In fact, in early Lord of Ultima, that's how it did work.
I
The
kind of liked
attacks
it
did
better
land
that way
randomly.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
You
you,
kind of-
if
like,
you
you
did
had
want
to
attacks
time-
to exactly, you have like the magic tick at 03 and the cavalry ticket 02, and then, you know, so you'd construct this layered attack because you had to,
Yeah.
and then they changed things so that you didn't have to, and it was kind of lazy.
I just
Pretty
think
much.
it's not. There's a lot more strategy, especially in a game that allows fake attacks, in trying to fake them to know where your sieges and your assaults are. Um, sending-
I agree. No, I remember how it was when Lord of Ultima did it like that, and I thought it was very good.
It kind of makes it more strategic and not just, um, you know, it kind of favors the defender or the attacker to pile the troops up to hit at the same second.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it'd be like if you were in war, right, and you were the attacking force, and you said everybody go now. Well, everybody's going to go now. You know, they're not going to, you know, stay back and do things in a different order. They're going to go when you tell them to go. You know, a real commander in an army would say, all right, infantry up first, you know, and then, you know, siege engines behind, cavalry, and, you know, it would, the logical order of war would be the commander telling them in what order to hit, not them just saying, oh, we know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely good. So I don't know if people would like to continue this conversation on our forum, but it is 15 after 5 already. So we should probably be wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Yep, we can wrap up. I just want to reiterate that, you know, anybody who's got suggestions for the game that they want, or if they want to comment on this stuff, start a forum post, and we'll keep track of it. And we'll see, you know, I can easily change it so that it comes in on certain orders, if that's what everybody wants. But personally, I think that if people try it out more, it'll add more fun to the game. And this is a strategy game, you know, it's not a smash and grab game. It's a long-term strategy game. And who was it that came up with the slogan "Free to Win"? Because that was a great slogan. Was it Fact?
No, oh gosh, I can't remember who it was now.
Davikov?
It might have been.
I think it was, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. We like that.
Yeah. Definitely a good thread there, and thanks to everybody who posted for your contributions. It's yeah, as people noted in the thread, it's hard to frame you know, how this game works with the charisma limit and the boss hunting, to really explain to people who are cynical because they've been through a whole bunch of negative experiences with games that are just exploitive. You know, that this isn't that way, even though it's, you know, similar to those games.
Yeah, and you don't, you know, we can't always come up with ideas. You know, somebody out there might have a better way of explaining something than we can think of. You know, so it's always good to get everybody else's opinion on something.
Totally.
But yeah, you know, put those comments about, you know, the attack times and anything like that. Put them in the forums and you know, start a discussion about it. And you know, everything can be changed if we see that there's enough public, you know, wants it one way or another. I think that's kind of the difference between us and other game companies is we actually listen. We will, you know, change the game around to make it more fun for everybody. The point of the game is to be fun. So we're more than happy to do that. If there's a lot of things that somebody wants or a lot of features people want, we can do that. Boss hunting goods are up to, 10 times as well.
Excellent.
So other than that, put your suggestions for you know, servers. Think about, you know, not just what we have, but what could be done. And you know, we could have all the continents open. We could have, you know, castles. We could have no castles. We could have pre-built cities. You know, we could have you know, lots of different options. So you know, this will be your only chance to come up with your own game, you know, in Crown of the Gods. Other than that, it's going to be structured and basically the actual game. So
The
never know.
discussion for that is under suggestions in the forums. So if you want to go find it and add your suggestions, that would be great.
And you never know. It's if something turns out to be, like a really fun alpha competition that somebody's come up with, it might become, one of those, special week-long servers that we put up, down
Cool.
the line. So,
North versus south of your.
but thank you guys for tuning in, and we're going to be hard at work making sure that the game's, running smooth, and we've got everything fixed for the alpha next Saturday. It is going to start at 12 Eastern Daylight Time. So I know we didn't put a time on that sheet, but that is kind of the standard time where we're going to start things for, betas and the alphas, solely because it's the best time for pretty much every time zone. The only people it hurts is, people who live in Hawaii, and they get to live in Hawaii, so they can deal with waking up early. The prices they have to pay for living on an island with beaches and volcanoes.
Seems fair.
And hula dancers. And stay on the forums, and we'll post the parameters up there as soon as we kind of figure out what they are. We'll have a poll up to with all the ideas on them to for everybody to vote on. So vote for the ideas you like the best, and we'll go with that one. And we will see you guys next Saturday when the game opens.
Can't wait.
Excellent. Thank
See
you,
you guys
everyone.
then.
Thanks,
See you
everyone.
guys.
Happy Sunday.